Good morning, everybody. Today I'm coming to you from my bathroom, and I am going to talk to you about skincare. Now, last night I was really tired. I worked in the yard all day, took advantage of the weather, and did some projects, got my saw out, and built some stuff, and finished up some little projects. And then I spent a really long time up on a ladder trying to put up a motion light, which I was having a lot of difficulty with, trying to get everything to line up and fit in the box and the junction box and all that. So if you've ever done that, you know what I'm talking about. It's something that should have taken, 20 minutes, and I was probably on that ladder for, I don't even know, 2 hours. I don't know. Long story short, I fell asleep with my makeup on. I rarely ever do that. I do not condone falling asleep with your makeup on at all. But I did. So this morning I wake up, my skin looks like poo-poo, and I washed my face. I'm gonna do another no-no. Do as I say, not as I do. And I'm actually leaving on my mascara because it's waterproof and it looks pretty good this morning. So I just want to go over though what I do for my skin. So I am using a washcloth, which I don't always use a washcloth on my face. I kind of rarely use a washcloth on my face, but for ease of the video and water and bending down and having water drip off my elbows, I'm going to use this cloth. So I'm just getting my face wet. Your face, when it's wet, will actually absorb more of your product, or damp. You don't want your face like completely wet. That's why it's always really good to put on lotion or any of your tonics or oils or anything like that when your skin is still damp. So because I fell asleep with my makeup and I haven't exfoliated in a while, I am going to use this exfoliating mask by Unique, which I love. It smells like sugar cookies, but don't eat it. It's tempting, but don't eat it. It would be like eating sand. It is the finest like grit, if you want to call it grit, but it is the finest. I'm using a sample, so I'm squeezing out what little bit I can here. But it's just so fine, the exfoliant in it. And the more you use it, the more the exfoliant will kind of dissipate. But I don't even know how to explain it, how fine it is and what it's like. But it smells amazing. Like I said, it's like sugar cookies. But when you use this mask, it's a mask, first of all. You're supposed to put it on and leave it on. I have actually never ever used this like a mask. I use it with my face cleanser, as do a lot of other people that I know. So I'm just going to use this with my Pore Purifying Cleanser, or whatever you have. I also have this moisturizing, boosting cleanser, gentle cleanser. This has little jojoba beads in it and a little bit of its own exfoliant, but it's so light of an exfoliant, and sometimes you just need to pull out the heavy guns. And this is gonna make my skin feel like a baby's butt. So you can use whatever cleanser. These are both really great cleansers. I use the Pore Purifying Cleanser with a little bit of exfoliant every day. That's my choice. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on this finger and just dab it here and there. And then because this mask isn't made to really slough around your face, there's no like lubricating whatever ingredients in there. So it doesn't slide on your face very easily. That's why you really need to use a face cleanser with it, so it slides. And I tend to do brute force on my skin, which is not good. So I'm trying to use a lighter hand with this exfoliant, with the exfoliating mask, because it's got a lot of grit and it's so fine, and especially around the eyes. Some people might even say don't use it around your eyes, but I do. And I just go in these really light little circles because that skin gets dry too. And I'm just gonna remove all those dead cells that we all get and accumulate. and your foundation will go on so much better if you exfoliate. And so I also kind of think of it as trying to exfoliate off any brown spots or pigmentation I have. I don't know if it'll actually do that. I just like to think it will. And those pores, just any of those trouble spots, of course you should go lightly because you don't want to exacerbate any skin irritation. But you know your skin, you know what it's going to accept or not. And so like I said, this is actually a mask, but I don't ever use it as a mask. I also normally would put this on my eyebrows and just the top part or the skin around my eyebrows. But I still have on a little bit of brow pencil from yesterday and I'm just going to leave it. So I'm just getting my washcloth wet and I'm just going to start removing this. And I'll have to do a couple passes probably to get this off. But I love this cleanser, you guys, or this exfoliant. I've tried many different exfoliants and this is by far my favorite. This is why I don't do skincare videos too often because one, I don't have a setup in here in my bathroom. And two, I don't think it's all that fun to watch somebody wash their face. But I'm sure somebody somewhere is interested in knowing what I do because people ask me all the time, or they tell me, your skin is so flawless. And I'm like, it's not really. I mean, I like to try to show people all this hyperpigmentation I have, these acne scars. You know, I had really bad cystic acne as a teen and even into my early 20s. And I have a lot of scarring here. All my acne was right here along my beard line. And it was bad. It was not pretty. And it was so painful. Okay, so while your face is a little bit damp, because I've only used the wash rag, I haven't, used anything else to pat my face off. While your skin is a little bit damp, that's when you want to put any of your serums on. Of course, you should also always pay attention to your neck. So while your face is still damp, I like to use this oil that is Uplift Beauty Serum. And it is not the same stuff you see on the internet that people put on and they're like, oh my gosh, my wrinkles disappeared. It is not that stuff. And by the way, that stuff, it does work, but for like 20 minutes. And then your skin goes back to the way it was. This is like, think long term. But I like to put this, it's about gone, so I actually have to flip it over because I can't even get anything else in the squeegee. But I like to just put this around my eye area because I have wrinkles that are developing here. They go this way and this way. So I'm actually getting a really bad thatched area. I don't know what else to call it. A grid, across the grid pattern right here. And then I have like these lines here that kind of almost meet these lines. So I just like to put it right there too. And you want to do that, whatever, if you use a vitamin C, vitamin E, whatever you use around your eyes. You don't want to use any kind of a retinol really around your eyes. Some people will mix it with their eye cream or other stuff and just use whatever's left on their fingers because the skin under your eyes is not the same as what's on the rest of your face. It's very delicate and you actually need a different molecular structure because the molecules are smaller for the products around your eyes and your face in general. And you need it to be that molecular structure for it to really absorb into your cells. So I also have another cream that I really like to use on my neck and my eye area. I can't show you on this video what it is, but if you want to know, just ask and I will be happy to tell you. I actually did a post of this on my neck showing I did it on this side and not this side for like 3 or 4 weeks. And I actually posted my before and after results. And if you want to know, I've started putting it on this side of my neck too. And right here, because I'm definitely getting that loose, weird turkey skin here on my neck. Sometimes it looks worse than others. Like right now in this light, I don't think it looks too bad. But there are definitely pictures and times I look at my neck where I'm kind of relaxed or whatever, and the skin there just looks, it seriously looks like chicken. Like the skin on a chicken. But if you want to know what this is that I'm putting all over my face, just ask, and I will be happy to tell you. Okay, so after all that, I actually like to put this Aveeno. This is my favorite scent of Aveeno. It's Skin Relief Gentle Scent Lotion, and it's Soothing Oat and Chamomile, and it's hard to find, but it is my all-time favorite scent. It's very light. I can't wear perfumes. I'm very sensitive, but oh my gosh, I love this chamomile. But anyway, I put this on too around my eyes and on my face, but it's more to keep in whatever else I put on. It's kind of a protectant layer that I think it doesn't absorb as much. I mean, it definitely absorbs. I don't feel greasy or anything like that. But I feel like it seals in everything else I've put on and just helps keep it moisturized. So I put this on head to toe every time I get out of the shower. Anytime I get my skin wet, my hands, I have to put lotion on. Have to. Or else my hands feel like they're just gonna crack and fall off. They're very uncomfortable. And as a matter of fact, if my skin does start to get dry, it's really, really hard to rehydrate it. So I have to really stay ahead of that. Okay. So, final step before I start my makeup routine is, and I don't know if it's in here. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. I have to put on my daily moisturizer with sunscreen. Have to. This, I always say, is the unsung hero because this stuff wears so well under your makeup, and it has a really light kind of, I don't even know what the scent would be. We'll call it floral. I don't know that floral is the right scent. It's not my favorite scent in the world, but it's not bad. And it just has the teeniest scent of like a suntan lotion or something, but it's barely detectable. Like, I have a really sensitive sense of smell. So it's highly possible that nobody else would even ever smell that smell. You're supposed to actually use a teaspoon, or is it a quarter teaspoon? I think it's a teaspoon of sun protectant on your face every day. And I use at least that, because I do parts of my face at a time. Like, I'll do my forehead, and while that's drying, I'll get more. And then I'll just do my nose, like, because I have hyperpigmentation here that I really want to protect, and I don't want it to get worse. Plus, if you wear sunglasses or glasses throughout the day, which I do, you're going to wear that off. So I like to put several layers on. And again, I know I'm a little extra when it comes to sunscreen, but it's not going to hurt, right? So I put 2 or 3 applications in certain areas. And then it's really easy to forget our lip area. And I have hyperpigmentation here. I'm starting to get some here. I mean, think about it. We naturally sweat in certain areas, and a lot of us will get a little bit of beads. Not even if you don't get beads of sweat, you just do tend to sweat a little more on your upper lip. even if you don't really notice it. So I always make sure I get extra. And then wherever I have hyperpigmentation, I put yet another little layer on there. So I feel pretty protected with my sunscreen. Don't forget your neck, because you're not always facing the sun straight on. A lot of time the sun is coming at you from the side, especially in a car, or even sort of from behind. And don't forget your chest. I did not have any spots at all on my chest like 2 years ago, and now it's all starting to come out. And this is hyperpigmentation from my teenage years when I was a sun worshiper. And yes, I did the tanning bed circuit. I did the baby oil and Crisco and iodine and laying on the roof of the garage to try to get closer to the sun. I laid out on those silver blankets. You know, if I could have laid in a giant frying pan, I probably would have done it. So I did a lot of damage to my skin in the 80s and probably even the early 90s. And then I pretty much stopped really going in the sun in the early to mid 90s, I guess. Well, maybe mid 90s. I really just stopped going in the sun. So and I also do the backs of my hands, because I started getting spots on the backs of my hands 2 or 3 years ago too. I did not have one spot on my hands. Nothing on my shoulders yet. I might have 1 or 2 little spots on my shoulders, but anyway. So I know this seems like a lot and a long time. I don't do this whole process every day because I don't do the exfoliating every day. I just do it if I fall asleep on my makeup, or it's been a while, if I was maybe out in the cold wind or sweating a lot, whatever. I just do it periodically when I need it. And then you will be amazed how much better your foundation, your makeup will go on your skin. It's crazy good. So if you are interested in any of these products, let me know. The next step I would do is I put on my primer, my face primer. And so I have to let the foundation or the sun protectant, you know, the daily moisturizer with sunscreen is what I'm trying to say. I have to let that dry and set up a little bit. So I usually put that on and then I brush my teeth. And then I'll go put on my primer. And it's really best to let that primer sit for like 15 minutes, but I don't always get to let it do that. So like at least 5 minutes, 15 is optimal to let that sit up before you start actually putting on your makeup. So, if you have any questions at all, again, don't forget, if you want to know what I put all over my face and my neck, just message me and I will let you know, because I can't mention what it is in this video. But I hope you were able to get some information from this video. And I hope you enjoy this beautiful sunny day. It's beautiful and sunny here in Cincinnati. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye!